In Fallout, there are several factions that are very different from each other, and it is something that has always caught my attention, trying to figure out which would be the best option if we had to choose one. So let's take a closer look at these factions to find out which one really stands out within the Fallout universe. First up, we have the Brotherhood of Steel. Think of them as futuristic knights in shining armor, equipped with advanced weaponry and dedicated to protecting humanity's technological heritage. These guys started as a breakaway group from the US military, focused on hoarding and preserving pre-war technology. They believe that controlling advanced tech is the key to saving humanity. While their mission sounds noble, their methods can be off-putting. The Brotherhood is all about discipline, order, and a bit of arrogance. Their bases are fortified with high-tech defenses, and their soldiers are some of the toughest fighters around. However, their elitist attitude and refusal to share technology with outsiders often make them seem more like bullies than protectors. This causes tension with other factions and individuals who view the Brotherhood's hoarding as selfish in a world where every bit of help is crucial. Next, let's talk about the Enclave, the shadowy remnants of the old US government. These guys are the ultimate boogeymen of the wasteland. Hidden away in secret bunkers, they are armed with the best technology pre-war America had to offer. The Enclave believes they are the rightful rulers of the United States, destined to restore the old ways, but only for those they consider worthy. Everyone else? Just obstacles to be removed. The Enclave's vision for the future is a terrifying one. They see themselves as humanity's saviors, but their methods are brutal and uncompromising. They use force, manipulation, and even genocide to achieve their goals. Despite their advanced tech and military strength, their arrogance and ruthless tactics often lead to their downfall. They underestimate the resilience of the wasteland's inhabitants and the power of sheer determination. Then, there's the New California Republic. These folks represent the hope of restoring democracy and order to a lawless world. Starting from humble beginnings in shady sands, the NCR has grown into a sprawling republic with its own government, currency, and military. They aim to bring the rule of law back to the wasteland, annexing territories like New Vegas in their quest to rebuild America. The NCR's strength lies in their structure and ideals. They offer a sense of stability and order that's sorely needed. However, rapid expansion brings its own set of problems. Corruption, bureaucracy, and overextension plague the NCR, making it hard for them to maintain control. Their troops are often stretched thin, and their resources, while considerable, are not infinite. Despite these challenges, the NCR remains a beacon of hope for many, symbolizing the possibility of a better future. Now let's look at Caesar's Legion, a faction that's as brutal as it is disciplined. Modeled after the Roman Empire, the Legion believes in imposing order through fear and strength. Founded by Edward Sallow, who took on the name Caesar, this faction is all about control. Their soldiers are ruthless, trained to obey without question, and show no mercy to their enemies. Caesar himself is a charismatic leader with a clear vision. He believes the chaos of the wasteland can only be tamed through absolute authority. The Legion's methods are harsh: enslavement, brutality, and a rigid hierarchy where weakness is not tolerated. Despite their fearsome reputation, the Legion is highly organized and efficient. Yet, their reliance on fear makes their empire inherently unstable. Any sign of weakness could lead to internal strife and eventual collapse. Next, we venture into the hidden depths of the Commonwealth, where the Institute operates. These mysterious scientists have advanced technology that puts even the Brotherhood of Steel to shame. Their specialty? Synths, artificial humans that are almost indistinguishable from the real thing. The Institute sees itself as the shepherd of humanity, guiding it towards a better future through technology. But there's a dark side. The Institute's methods are secretive and often unethical. They abduct surface dwellers, replacing them with synths, and conduct experiments without consent. This has created a pervasive atmosphere of paranoia and fear among the Commonwealth's inhabitants. The Institute believes their advanced technology will eventually lead to a utopia, but their cold, calculating approach alienates many. Opposing the Institute is the Railroad, a group of idealistic freedom fighters dedicated to liberating synths. If the Institute is the faceless corporation, the Railroad is the ragtag band of rebels. They operate in the shadows, using guerrilla tactics and a network of safe houses to protect and free synths. Their leader, Desdemona, is a determined and charismatic figure who believes passionately in the equality of all beings, synthetic or not. The Railroad's fight is a classic underdog story. They have limited resources and are constantly outgunned, but their determination and ingenuity keep them in the fight. Their operations are clandestine, with members taking on code names and elaborate protocols to avoid detection. Their willingness to take extreme measures for their cause sometimes puts them at odds with other factions, but their mission is undeniably noble. Then, we have the Minutemen, a faction that embodies the spirit of the American Revolution. The Minutemen started as a volunteer militia, formed to protect settlements from raiders and other threats. Their goal is simple: create a safe, united community where everyone can prosper. They operate under a relatively democratic structure, relying on the cooperation and support of local settlements. The castle, their old fort headquarters, symbolizes their commitment to defending the Commonwealth. Despite their noble goals, the Minutemen have faced significant setbacks, nearly being wiped out at one point. However, with strong leadership, they have the potential to rise again and restore order. Their emphasis on community and cooperation makes them one of the most relatable and down-to-earth factions. On the flip side, the Gunners represent the mercenary side of the wasteland. They are a highly organized group willing to do anything for the right price. Operating with military precision, they are disciplined, strategic, and heavily armed. Their base, Gunners Plaza, is a fortress filled with some of the best weapons and armor. While their loyalty can be bought, they do have their own code of conduct. They value discipline and strategy, making them formidable opponents. However, their willingness to work for anyone with caps means they frequently clash with other factions and wastelanders. Their ruthless reputation makes them both feared and respected. We can't forget the Children of Atom, a fanatical cult that worships radiation. They believe in the divine power of Atom and see the nuclear devastation of the wasteland as a holy event. Their extreme beliefs often lead them to build shrines in irradiated areas and conduct dangerous rituals. Led by charismatic figures like the High Confessor, they attract followers with their promise of enlightenment through radiation. Despite their fanaticism, the Children of Atom have a resilience that's hard to ignore. Their faith gives them a sense of purpose and community, even in the harshest conditions. However, their beliefs often put them at odds with other factions and individuals who see them as a threat or a nuisance. The Great Khans are a nomadic tribe with a history steeped in raiding and trading. Influenced by the Mongol Empire, they value strength, honor, and loyalty. Their skilled warriors and brutal tactics make them a force to be reckoned with in the wasteland. Despite their violent reputation, they have a strong sense of community and tradition. Led by powerful figures like the Khan, they command respect and loyalty within their ranks. Their relationships with other factions are complex, often marked by alliances and betrayals. They have a particular animosity towards the NCR, stemming from a history of conflict. The Great Khan's nomadic lifestyle and warrior culture make them one of the most dynamic factions in Fallout. The followers of the Apocalypse are the moral compass of the wasteland, dedicated to helping those in need. They believe in education, medicine, and technology as the keys to rebuilding civilization. Operating clinics and schools in the harshest areas, they offer aid to anyone who needs it. Despite their noble goals, they face numerous challenges, from limited resources to conflicts with other factions. Their commitment to neutrality and humanitarian aid sometimes puts them at odds with those who see them as a threat or a nuisance. However, their dedication to helping others and rebuilding society makes them one of the most admirable factions in Fallout. Lastly, we have the Boomers, a group of isolationists with a love for artillery and explosives. Former Vault 34 dwellers, they took over Nellis Air Force Base and turned it into a fortress. They rarely interact with outsiders, fortifying their base with heavy artillery to keep others at bay. Led by the Overseer, the Boomers dream of restoring a B-29 bomber and achieving their vision of freedom and security. Their passion for explosives and self-reliance makes them unique. Despite their isolationism, their strength and determination make them a formidable force in the wasteland. So, which faction is the best? It really depends on what you value. The Brotherhood of Steel offers protection through technology, but can be elitist. The Enclave has advanced tech, but a brutal vision. The NCR strives for democracy, but struggles with bureaucracy. Caesar's Legion enforces order through tyranny. The Institute pushes technological boundaries, but at ethical costs. The Railroad fights for freedom with limited resources. The Minutemen focus on community and protection. The Gunners are disciplined mercenaries. The Children of Atom are resilient but fanatical. The Great Khans value honor and strength. The followers of the Apocalypse are humanitarian beacons, and the Boomers are fiercely independent. Each faction has its strengths and weaknesses, shaping the wasteland in different ways. The best faction ultimately depends on your values and the future you envision for the Fallout universe. I hope you liked the video. If you made it this far, I remind you to subscribe to be part of the community and not miss future videos. Thanks again, and until next time.